The sole purpose of this video is to provide a basic overview and orientation of your new apparatus. This video is not intended to act as or replace individualized driver-operator training. Individual fire departments may base guidelines, policies, and procedures tailored for best practices. Pierce Manufacturing and Hughes Fire Equipment representatives are not liable for injuries caused from acts resulting from actions inconsistent with the information provided within this video and/or accompanying manuals. Refer to the Operation and Maintenance Manual for complete details relating to the components and features of this apparatus. Only trained personnel should operate this vehicle or perform maintenance. You are responsible for learning how to operate this fire apparatus under all conditions without having to refer to the manual while operating at an emergency incident. This video will discuss types of warnings and caution labels. It is your responsibility to locate and identify each of the labels and understand the importance and associated hazards. Warning labels will point out procedure that must be taken or action that must be avoided to guard against the possibility of serious injury or death. Caution labels will advise you that there is a risk of damage to property if certain precautions are not followed. Continuous training, reviewing of operation and service manuals, developing good standardized practices will assist driver operators with a more complete understanding of the components and operation of this fire apparatus. As the driver operator of this vehicle, you are responsible for understanding the function of each component of the apparatus, maintaining control of the fire apparatus at all times while in operation. Make operational and functional changes while operating at an emergency without having to read operator's instructions or safety warning labels. Operate manual override and emergency shutdown procedures immediately if a component fails to operate properly. Components location may vary with each Pierce fire apparatus. Review the exact location of each component prior to operation. Major inconsistencies between your vehicle and the information contained in this video should be directed to your sales representative. Safe operation of any vehicle is the responsibility of the driver operator. You must learn the location and function of all controls, switches, gauges, valves, inlets, and discharges. Due to a higher center of gravity, heavy trucks have a significantly higher rollover tendency than other types of vehicles. To reduce the risk of rollover, avoid making sharp turns, excessive speed, and avoid abrupt maneuvers. In the event of a rollover crash, an unbelted person is significantly more likely to become injured or die than a person wearing a seatbelt. In the event of a crash, unbuckled occupants can also become a hazard to other occupants, as they may be thrown around inside the cab. Seatbelts are required while in operation. Please refer to your warranty certificates for details and information enclosed in your manuals. Customer-installed equipment must be mounted to withstand road travel and comply with NFPA 1901. Modifications such as drilling holes or welding to structural frame components of the chassis are not permitted. Contact Pierce for instruction and review of non-structural sheet metal or other dissimilar metals for modification. Follow the radio installation guide for further assistance on installing or mounting electronics. Before placing your new apparatus into service, perform a primary inspection of key components of the apparatus, including all fluid levels, anti-lock braking systems, electronic stability control, and automatic traction control. Weigh your apparatus to ensure that it conforms to axle and brake ratings. Never exceed the gross axle rating printed on the label inside the cab. Exceeding these ratings could lead to reduced component life, personal injury, or death. Review the use of auxiliary braking systems, compression brake, exhaust brake, electronic retarder, and hydraulic retarder. Before placing the apparatus in service, refer to the operational maintenance manuals. Information on the operation and maintenance functions for the components such as the pump, pressure governor, and foam systems, along with other options, is provided in either the Pierce manuals and/or other manufacturer support information delivered with the apparatus. If you need more information, please contact Hughes Fire Equipment. Congratulations, LaPine, Oregon, on your new fire apparatus, job number 30533. Please utilize this job number when referencing your new apparatus with Hughes Fire Equipment and Pierce Manufacturing. Let's get started with the front bumper of your apparatus. Located just underneath the bumper, you'll find two closed tow hooks on the right and left side. Located in the center, you'll find a hose roller female attachment. Located up onto the bumper itself, your electronic siren. Also located next to the electronic siren is the air horn. Located on the top passenger side, a remote deluge. Located in the center, a cover for tubbed storage for your front bumper hose. Up onto the front right and left side, you'll find emergency warning lights. Located in the headlight cluster, turn indicator and headlights. Moving to the center grille area, you'll find two forward-facing emergency lights. Located in the center, up onto the top, you'll find your pull handle for lifting the hood. Up on the very top of the apparatus, you'll find a forward-facing floodlight, your running lights, in addition with your emergency light bar and an opticom. Here are some close-ups of those images. This is the removable hose roller attachment point. Underneath the apparatus, you'll find your closed tow hooks. Located in the bumper, you'll find your electronic siren, PA system, and also air horn. Located on the top, you'll find your front discharge, water and foam capable. In the center, you'll find your cover for tubbed storage for hose. Located on the side, this is your headlight cluster and an emergency warning light. Located in the center, you'll find two forward-facing emergency lights. Located on the top, you'll find your forward-facing floodlight. On the side of the apparatus, you'll find this front turret must be removed before opening the hood. These are the latch attachments to lift the hood once the latches have been released. Inside, you'll find your fill location. This is the fill location for your power steering fluid. As we move up into the engine compartment, you'll find your oil dipstick in yellow. Just forward of that, you'll find the transmission dipstick. You'll also find your add oil location on the top of the block. At the very top, you'll find two push-button on-off white lights. You'll also find the fill location for your radiator. And at the very base, you'll find your windshield wiper fluid fill location. General on the side of the apparatus, you'll find that side warning light in the front of the fender. On the top of the fender, you'll find a right and left turn indicator. You'll find your air intake. This is the release mechanism on the right and left to open the hood. Once those have been released, pull from the center. On the mirror, you'll find at the bottom section a convex mirror. At the top, you'll find a flat mirror. At the very top, you'll find your full width emergency light bar. Moving down to the door handles, they are keyed locked for both doors. There are two grab handles at all points of entry. Located down at the base, we'll talk about this when we get a little bit closer in for these plugs. Located in the aluminum tank here, silver cap is your diesel fuel. Located in the black tank with the blue cap, this is your DEF fill location. Location of additional storage and also step lights. Let's take a little bit closer look here at some of the components within the area we just talked about. Let's start with the silver tank, the ultra low sulfur diesel fuel in the silver. You'll also find your engine heater, shorelet inlet, 20 amp plugs. You'll also find in just the front area a close-up here of the engine heater. As we move further back, this is the shoreline inlet, once again 20 amp. As we move down, you'll find perimeter lighting and step lighting at all points of entry. We're highlighting here the silver and the blue cap, the difference between diesel and DEF fill locations. A large storage compartment. Let's go ahead and start with the very top section. We'll move our way down from the midsection of your apparatus. We'll start at the pump panel. We'll talk about some of the components as we move through this area. Starting at the very top, you'll find your reel discharge foam and water. This is a turn, not a pull. Behind this access door, this is for your speed load. This can also be taken out and loaded on ground level. You have your pump intake and pump discharge master gauges. Down from that, you have your Pierce throttle control, water tank level indicator. This is your number 1 speed lay, 2.5 inch discharge port. Driver side main inlet. You'll find your Husky Pro system here. This is for your foam level tank A. You'll also find panel lights, pump engaged, reel wind, and a spare, in addition with your tank refill and tank to pump. Down in the lower section, you'll find your auxiliary 2.5 inch intake. These will be twist, discharge, speed lay, and driver rear discharge drains. This is your pump staging for capacity or pressure. Located behind the access door is your foam fill location. Horizontal is for operation, and fill is moved to the opposite en route position. Looking down at the bottom of the pump panel, your panel is fully encased. Let's go ahead and take a look in the upper left-hand corner. This is your shorelet for your air compressor, in addition for your battery charger. Located front and rear of the wheel, you'll find bottle storage locations. Rear compartment has an adjustable shelf, currently in a fixed position. We'll now move to the rear of the apparatus. We'll talk about some of the components in the rear. Starting down at the lower section, you'll find you have a pull-out step. You also find your license plate on the driver's side. Located in the center, a removable hose roller female point. Underneath, you'll find once again a pull-out step. Moving up from this location, you'll find on the left and right side the cluster housing the brake, turn, reverse, and emergency lights. You'll also find a rear discharge 2.5 inch. You'll find a switch for your rear scene lights. Moving to the very center, when both compartment doors are open, you can access the shelf that is adjustable with inside. In the center, you'll find your backup or reverse camera. Located on the passenger side, direct tank fill. This is a 2.5 inch female coupling. At the very top, you'll find your hose storage location, in addition with scene and backup lights. Located in the compartment here, you'll find tool storage, in addition with hose bed storage. The upper right image is showing location for long tool storage. The top of your hose bed is fully enclosed. Inside the hose bed cover, you'll find this access door for your foam A tank. You'll find your water fill. Once it's open, these are the sections for hose storage on both the right and left side of the vehicle. You'll see at the very front, this is the fill location for water for your main tank. Also located in the left side front, this is your reservoir for your hydraulic system. You also have on the right side your reel for your booster line. Looking at the rear section passenger side of the vehicle,
We'll break down the components within these compartments. Both compartments have lighting within side and adjustable shelves. As it does on the opposite side, there are 2 bottle storage locations with straps. As we move to the midsection, you'll find this long compartment. Inside that compartment, you'll find an additional access door to gain entry to the pump panel area. Underneath, you'll find your exhaust, auxiliary side inlet, drain, and as we move forward, we'll talk about some of the components at the very top. This is the access door or window here for your booster line. Just beneath that, you'll find this covered storage for your speedlay, and just beneath that, the 2.5 gated down to 1.5 discharge port. You'll find your reel rewind, in addition with the number 2 speedlay, and just beneath that, the passenger main inlet in the large cap. Beneath that, the 2 lower sections are drain valves. This is your 2.5-inch auxiliary inlet. Underneath the rear section of the door, similar layout to the opposite side. We're now moved into the cab. On the driver's side, you'll find on the left-hand side warning labels regarding the use of seatbelts, entanglement, and also caution labels. You'll find your mirror control on the driver's side door. As we move inside the cab, just beneath the controls for the driver's seat, you'll find this yellow Pierce logo. Also, the battery switch for your master battery. On this label, you'll find your manufacturer date, job number, VIN number, gross vehicle weight rating, and also fluid capacities. Generalized view here of the cab of the apparatus. Starting on the left, you have a height, length, and gross vehicle weight rating placard. Moving to the center, let's talk at the very top of the dash is your monitor control for your rear camera. Located in the center, you'll find your PTO shift, on, PTO engaged, OK to pump, and OK to pump while in motion. On the very top, once again, your monitor for your backup camera. Located in the center of the dash, you'll find your stereo system. Moving down from that, we'll go across, starting with the parking brake, pull to apply, and push to release. Moving to the right-hand side, set of switches here. These are going to be your electric windows for the front and rear. Moving to the far right, you'll find your mirror heat, high-low for your engine brake, regen switch, low range and high range selector, your all-wheel drive. Moving down to the bottom, you'll find a future location for a switch, in addition with your door locks. The siren horn selector switch. In red, you'll find the high idle. A green indicator indicating OK to engage high idle. This is an indicator, not a switch. Your perimeter lights. Load manager. There are 2 indicator switches also here. One is for low voltage, the other is for a door open switch. Let's go ahead and move just down from that. Below the climate control, you'll find on the dash your water tank vision for your tank water, and also a digital readout for the pressure amount for your pump. Also located in this area is the climate control. Just at the very top, you'll find this handle which controls that front deck gun monitor. As we look across the top of the apparatus, you'll find your emergency master, roof light, front warning, side warning, lower rear warning, upper rear warning, and your Opticom. On the next set of switches, you'll find your front flood, driver's side flood, passenger side flood, rear flood, and also hazard lights. To the very far right, you'll find your rope regarding your air horn. Also in this section, you'll find your electronic siren control and public announcement system. Underneath, you'll find a flashing light if the doors are open and not to move your apparatus. For compartments ajar, located at each point of entry on all doors, you'll find your hazard and warning lines regarding seatbelt usage. Located inside the cab, you'll find both rear seats have SCBA seats. Located in the front, you'll find your controls for comfort in the very front of your seat area, in addition with your air ride system. Overhead, you'll find your pull string for your air horn. Congratulations, LaPine, Oregon, on your new apparatus, job number 30533. If you have any questions as to the content of this video, please contact your Hughes Fire sales representative. Thank you and congratulations.